This morning, one person in the hospital after a New Year's Eve shooting in Fulton. And over 40 people reported dead after a fire at a New Year's celebration in Switzerland. We'll have those developing details. And thousands turn out for a tradition in Milwaukee. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning on a Friday. I'm Chris Stanford. Hope your New Year is off to a good start. Let's check in with Savannah Burrito to see how the morning is feeling out there. Good morning.
Good morning. We're off to a cold start. Some of us are down to the single digits, but right now in Madison, we still hold on to 10 degrees, few clouds here and there, but we are expecting a lot of sunshine finally because we had those snowflakes the last 3 days in a row, but we will have a lot of sunshine out there for the majority of the midday hours with temperatures getting up to about 20 degrees. Then clouds increase later this evening. Temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler than normal, but then over the weekend they're going to climb back closer to where we should be. That's also when we're tracking some mixed precipitation. Could see light mixed precipitation Saturday, but I think our better chance is going to come on Sunday. We'll time that out and talk about the big warm-up for next week coming up.
Sounds good. We do have a first warned traffic alert this morning. Parts of I-3990 have some partial closures in the McFarland area because a semi has hit a power pole. Let's take a closer look here as traffic is trying to get through this area. That semi is still there on the scene. This is an incident that happened a few hours ago around 2:45 this morning. We're not sure exactly what happened or if anybody is hurt, though. Our photographer at the scene, though, did see someone being loaded into an ambulance and transported from the scene. We have 2 lanes that are closed northbound I-3990 because of this crash. Again, in the McFarland area. This is right by County Highway N. We'll have those updates right here on News 3 Now this morning. This morning, a man is recovering from a shooting at a New Year's Eve party in the town of Fulton. Rock County deputies responding to a home on a cul-de-sac near Edgerton around 2 o'clock yesterday morning. The victim's condition has not yet been released. Neighbors say what started as a New Year's Eve house party turned into a crime scene.
You just never know. It can happen in any neighborhood. Yeah, this is a very nice neighborhood, but they were having a big party, and I don't know what the circumstances were, but you know, it's New Year's Eve. People were partying, having a good time until they weren't.
Rock County authorities say the scene is contained and there's no threat to the public as the investigation continues. Rock County Sheriff says a woman's facing felony charges for driving drunk with kids in her car. Wednesday night, an off-duty officer reported a car driving recklessly near North Harmony Town Hall Road. Deputies saw the car in Milton Township drive off the road into the grass median. 2 small children were in the car. They're just fine. The 25-year-old Janesville woman behind the wheel is now facing her 3rd offense OWI. The latest charge includes a modifier because passengers under 16 years old were inside. Grief and tragedy, meantime, are opening up the new year at a high-end ski resort in the town of Crans, Montana, Switzerland. Officials say about 40 people are dead and roughly 115 are injured. It comes after a fire broke out during a holiday celebration. Amy Kiley reports.
It is a tragedy.
A Swiss ski community is in mourning after officials say dozens of people died and more than 100 were injured in a fire. Authorities say it broke out in a bar at a luxury ski resort during a New Year's celebration.
The majority, I imagine, of the people touched by this drama, they are the young people who came for the holidays.
Some victims appear to be foreign nationals. Officials say identifying everyone could take days. They say they're not sure how the tragedy unfolded. It's unclear if the bar was at capacity or if the width of a staircase was a factor. Some witnesses blame a holiday tradition at the bar.
A barmaid would get on a barmaid shoulders and hold a champagne bottle with these sparklers, and witnesses have described how the ceiling catches fire and then suddenly that fire really rips through this underground space.
A burn expert from Johns Hopkins says such fires can cause rapid asphyxiation.
Those who do survive can have massive injuries that can threaten life in the hours to follow, but also can result in threat to life for the days and then disfigurement and disability for those who do survive in the future.
Numerous medical facilities are caring for the injured. A witness says others also rushed to help.
All the nearby residences, restaurants, everyone who was still awake helped either with water, tea, blankets. You know, it was a big shock.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
In national news this morning, today's the first full day on the job for New York City's new mayor. 34-year-old Zohran Mamdani is the city's youngest mayor in more than 100 years, the first Muslim mayor and the city's first South Asian mayor.
Elected as a democratic socialist, and I will govern as a democratic socialist.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders swore Mamdani in the steps of New York City Hall yesterday. During the campaign, Mamdani promised to create a universal child care program, freeze the rent for roughly 2 million rent-stabilized tenants, and make city buses fast and free.
These policies are not simply about the costs we make free, but the lives we fill with freedom.
Mamdani says many elements of his proposed plan would be paid for by increasing corporate taxes and taxes on the wealthiest of New Yorkers, plans that face an uphill battle if they were to be approved. Well, taking a live look at the White House now, where plans for the new White House ballroom are moving forward. The Trump administration aims to have final plans approved by March. Construction would begin as soon as April. The Trump administration is expected to hold public meetings with federal construction officials next week. Funding would come from the private sector. President Trump says the bruising that's on his hand is because he takes a higher dose of aspirin than his doctors have recommended. Trump's physician told the Wall Street Journal that the president takes 325 milligrams of aspirin daily. The president has long had bruising on his right hand, even predating his return to the White House. The White House has previously said the bruising is from constant handshaking. Again, construction on the White House ballroom expected to move forward in Washington. 6:06. Well, you want to be on the lookout tonight. The Wolf Moon, the first full moon of the year, will grace the sky. January's Wolf Moon is also 2026 first supermoon, meaning the full moon is closer to the Earth than normal. It will seem larger and brighter in the sky. It's one of the 3 closest moons we'll see this year. It's going to be best seen tonight and tomorrow. Peak is tomorrow morning at 4:03. Well, happening today, a sound healer from Chicago is bringing his unique experience to Madison. Davin Youngs uses crystal bowls, tuning forks, and electronic beats to create what he calls a sound bath. It's happening at the Overture Center at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can experience deep relaxation through music and meditation. Youngs has performed across the country. He encourages folks to dress comfortably and arrive with an open mind, saying that you'll leave feeling uplifted and restored. You can find more information on the Overture's website. Well, turning now to something you will only see on News 3 Now this morning. The Mount Horeb High School Band is resting in London this morning after performing in the New Year's Day Parade. Take a listen. Well, they sound great. Thousands of people across the British capital took to the streets to watch a 2.2-mile-long parade, as they do every year. This group marched through Piccadilly and Trafalgar Squares, as well as Whitehall. The group's been across the pond since last Saturday and has plans to return to the U.S. tomorrow. And check this out, the busiest birthing center in Wisconsin celebrating the first birth of 2026. This is Azariah, born just 21 minutes after midnight at Unity Point Health Meriter. Welcome to the world, Azariah. How about that? A little wrapped burrito there.
I know,
to get us going here on Friday morning.
And they need the blankets today or something to keep them warm.
All right, it is a chilly start to your Friday morning.
Yeah, we're only at about 10 degrees right now in Madison. Some of us are in the single digits, and when you factor in the wind chill, it feels even colder outside. Some of us are actually sub-zero when you factor in that wind chill, because we do have northwesterly winds gusting up to about 10 miles per hour. But we'll see a high of 20 and finally some sunshine later this afternoon. We're expecting that the majority of the midday hours, and then clouds increase again this evening into tonight. Not going to lead to snow. That was a different story the last 3 days. We had some light snowflakes. As we get closer to the weekend, the second half of the weekend, that's when we're tracking a chance of mixed precipitation yet again. We'll time that out and then talk about the big warm up for next week coming up in just a little bit.
Sounds good. Well, the colder temps making both of Madison's lakes ice over. Lake Mendota is now officially frozen. It happened yesterday, later than the median freeze date of December 20th. Scientists say it continues to be a tough to predict process. Lake Monona froze over back on December 12th. This winter, the Clean Lakes Alliance reporting 19,000 people tried to guess the date this year. 22 got it right, and now they'll pull 3 winners randomly who will be notified by email. Well, when the clock struck noon, a frigid New Year's Day tradition happens at Milwaukee's lakefront. Check this out. You see a packed Bradford Beach here. The air temperature 14 degrees. Feels like temperature 2 degrees. That did not stop hundreds of people, though, from taking a plunge into the water. The water was actually twice the temperature of the air.
No, it's our 32nd year, and I think after this, I'm going to call it quits.
Really? So your final pull or plunge today?
Yep.
All right.
We're going to make it a good one.
Check this out. The dive team standing by just in case anybody needs some help. Boy, that's I don't know. Too bold for me. No thanks. Coming up after the break, new man under center. What Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says about Sunday's starting quarterback. First, we're talking about the science of kissing. That's coming up in your Morning Health Watch.
And it's Friday. That means we're working for the weekend in the 608. I'll have your weekend planner for your family when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:14 on your Friday. Time to talk about what's going on in the 608. We're talking about the weekend. Josh Sprider is here with your weekend planner for you and your family. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Chris. Good morning to you. We're looking ahead to the first weekend in the 608 of the new year. So here are my 3 things to do. If you're still in the holiday spirit, there's still time to check out the 29th annual Holiday Light Show at the Rotary Botanical Gardens in Janesville. The last day is Saturday, January 3rd. You can expect more than 2 million twinkling lights across 20 acres of festive displays. Organizers say it's a magical, family-friendly tradition supporting the garden's mission. Then on Saturday, you can join your favorite farmers at the first Dane County Winter Market of the year. This is at Garver Feed Mill in Madison. Shoppers can support more than 50 local farmers, cheesemakers, and bakers while picking up your weekly groceries. Enjoy the sights, smells, and flavors of fresh local foods, all while staying warm during the Wisconsin winter. The Winter Farmers Market runs every Saturday from January 3rd through April 4th. Then on Sunday, a family nature walk is happening at the UW-Madison Arboretum. This is a fun way for the family to explore the natural world together. Adults must attend with their kids, and organizers recommend those sturdy closed-toe shoes and dressing for the weather, of course. The walk is free with no registration required. Families should meet at the Visitor Center at 1:30 in the afternoon. For more happenings this weekend in the 608, just go to channel3000.com. We've reached that time of the year, like the holidays are starting to wind down. Now the calendar, it's interesting. Like there's kind of a little bit of a lull.
Right.
I think people are kind of like maybe planned out, and now it's like, okay, just do nothing for a little bit. But yeah.
Right. Slowing things down, catching your breath after a busy holiday season.
You're kind of racing through. It's kind of nice just to like, okay, here we go, new year.
A walk with the family at the Arboretum sounds like
doesn't
a
it?
wonderful option.
A little fresh snow out there too, making it kind of nice.
Gosh, doesn't it look beautiful?
Oh, it's so pretty.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
You bet.
Josh is always looking for stuff to do in the 608. Have an idea? Reach out and let him know about it. Well, in your health news this morning, scientists say the origins of kissing go back much farther than most people think. A new UK study suggests kissing dates back more than 21 million years, and that Neanderthals, our ancient human relatives, probably did it too. The tradition of locking lips isn't just for people. Evolutionary biologist Dr. Matilda Brindle says kissing is surprisingly common in the animal world too. There's no obvious survival or reproductive benefits, so the shared habit remains an evolutionary mystery. All right, checking in with Savannah now. Your first warning forecast. The temps pretty low out there this morning.
Yeah, we definitely have a cold start out there across a lot of southern Wisconsin. To our northeast and north, we've got a lot of single digits. We're still hanging on to 10 at the moment. Might see that get down to 8 or 9 degrees though over the next hour. Janesville's at 14, Monroe 15, Boscobel 13, but the Dells only at 7 and Camp Douglas at 5 this morning. When you factor in the wind chill, we've got a few sub-zero chills out there. Juneau and Watertown at -1. We're at 2 in Madison, 7 in the Dells, -6 though in Camp Douglas. So the majority of us are waking up to a wind chill. We do have winds out of the northwest right now, not super breezy. These are not going to be that much of a factor past about 10 to 15 miles per hour today. we're finally going to have a lot of sunshine too. So there's your positive note on this Friday. Temperatures are only going to climb to about 20, which is a little bit below average, but we will have the sunshine to go with it. Clouds are going to increase later this evening, and then a chance of precipitation moves back in for some tomorrow. This is 3 p.m. You see a lot of green still. That's the sunshine or clear skies, but then the clouds start to build back in southwestern Wisconsin late this afternoon. That'll thicken up for everyone overnight, and then tomorrow morning a chance of light snow showers will move in northeast of Madison up towards Sheboygan and Manitowoc. I think most of us will stay dry, but then Sunday, that's when everyone's better chance of precipitation will return. And some of this will come as freezing rain. Temperatures are going to hover right about 30 at this point in time. I think areas west of Madison see the pink, which is freezing rain. But then once that reaches Madison, and especially areas to the east, I think patchy freezing drizzle, but then that'll transition in with some snow, hence the blue as we head later into Sunday night. This is closer to about 10:30 or 11, and that will wrap up into Monday morning. But because of that, I think Sunday evening and Monday morning commutes could be on the slick side of things. After that, we'll see some sunshine once the cloud cover moves out from that system Sunday night into early Monday as temperatures rise back up to above freezing level and above normal. We'll be closer to the 40-degree mark the majority of next week, and then a little cooler heading into next weekend again.
All right. Thank you. All right, the Packers are getting ready to head to Minnesota for their final game of the regular season. Senior Packers writer Jason Wilder reports on the new quarterback that got called up to start.
Good morning, everybody from Lambeau Field. The Packers getting ready for their trip to Minnesota to face the Vikings, and they will do it with their number 3 quarterback who spent the entire year on the practice squad until now, Clayton Tune. Tune got the news that he was getting the promotion and getting the start at some point on Wednesday evening. And by the time he talked to us yesterday, he hadn't even told his parents yet. But this is a huge opportunity for a guy who's only started one other regular season NFL game.
Well, I think he's a guy that's shown some pretty good promise in terms of what we've seen. And so it's what an opportunity for him. I think he's started one other game in his career, I want to say. So it's going to be a great opportunity. It's going to be great for everybody to see what he can go out there and do.
We've got more on Tune and everything else you need to get ready for Packers-Vikings, a game you can watch right here on Channel 3, which kicks off at noon on Sunday from U.S. Bank Stadium, on our website, channel3000.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for our Packers newsletter, which delivers that coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In Green Bay at Lambeau Field, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
Thanks, Jason. Badger basketball, they've got a big game coming up. The men take on number 5 Purdue tomorrow night at the Kohl Center. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. Tickets are still available at uwbadgers.com. You can also catch the game live on Fox. Women won last night over Rutgers. Still ahead, we're talking about a new Guinness World Record. And coming up in our next half hour, consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn making sure you know all about the holiday deadlines for your returns. And we're back at 6:24, sharing Gwen's morning with everybody. She's got the green and gold flying proud on her barn out there. Isn't that a great shot, guys? Don't you love it? We've got a Vikings fan and a Bears fan sitting next to me.
Yeah, maybe if it had a big C.
Oh, boy. That's enough of that.
Bearhead.
All right. Thanks, Gwen. Appreciate you. Well, after weeks of anticipation, the National Kiss Under the Tree Mistletoe event broke Guinness World Record for the most couples kissing under the mistletoe at one time.
That's a single
venue. Okay, so Washington, D.C., that's where it happened. The district says 1,435 couples simultaneously kissed for 5 seconds under the national mistletoe. 10 feet tall, hanging high. The previous record was 480 couples at an event in St. Louis, Missouri in 2019. Huge mistletoe there.
Yeah.
Lots of
That
couples.
is big.
It's a big ball.
Have you guys ever seen mistletoe in person?
No.
I don't think so. Just like the fake ones. No.
Yeah, like at a party. I've never been to a Christmas party where they had
the
mistletoe.
Christmas movies. That's how you hear about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, check this out. A massive gingerbread city is being dismantled at the Museum of Fine Arts, Bayou Bend. More than 500 houses were dismantled with the help of a rescue pig.
Oh my
Here, if someone wants to take a house, they can just take it. It's all by the help of Houston Pig Rescue. The piggies we're seeing right here, that pig's name is Possum, in case you were wondering. A famous pig, Josh. He's been in commercials.
Possum. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. A little squeal there, too.
Eating all the gingerbread that came all the way from, some of it from New York City. How about that?
That's how I looked when I was eating my cookies
Yeah,
and all the cookies and everything.
Yeah.
It's a holiday vibe right there.
Houses. Wow. Yeah.
Good stuff. You guys do any gingerbread houses this year?
No, I did not.
No?
Yeah.
No.
How about you?
Yep, kids do one. We do one with the kids every year.
Oh, that's fun. A little tradition.
Just got rid of them.
All right, we're timing the next chance of precipitation when we get back.
This morning, President Trump revealing new health details, the new interview, and what we know about a possible vote on Affordable Care Act subsidies. Plus, how a Wisconsin man is using a snowy winter to help his neighbors. And an area high school band celebrating the new year abroad. The exclusive new video of their special performance in London. Good Friday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford. My partner Kyrion is off this morning. We have a pretty cold start to your Friday. Hope your New Year's going well, by the way. Let's check in with Savannah Brito, your first warn forecast. Let's talk about those temps. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, the temperatures, those are sitting in the single digits north of Madison. We're still hanging on to 10 barely in Madison right now, but yeah, a cold start. You'll want to bundle up. We're finally tracking some sunshine today. We had snowflakes the last 3 days. Going to see a lot of sun, no snows in the forecast today, but then tomorrow and Sunday, we're tracking mixed precipitation that'll return for the weekend. I think Sunday looks to be the better chance right now for us. And then a mild week next week. We're looking at 30s and maybe even a couple of 40s. We'll talk about how many days in a row that'll stick around and time out that snow that's going to happen potentially for some of us over the weekend coming up.
All right, Savannah, thank you. I want to get back to a first warn traffic alert that's developing this morning. It's on I-3990 northbound in the McFarland area where a semi has crashed into a ditch and taken down a power pole. You can see the backup northbound I-3990 here. The right two lanes are blocked as well as the on-ramp. We are not sure how this happened or if anyone is injured. A photographer that works for us at the scene did see someone get loaded onto an ambulance and transported away. This has been like this since about 2:45 this morning. So we'll keep an eye on it and post updates throughout News 3 Now this morning and throughout CBS Mornings. This morning, the Rock County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened at a New Year's Eve party in the town of Fulton. At least one person was rushed to a hospital with injuries. However, their condition has not yet been disclosed. The incident happening on East Samuelson Drive around 2 o'clock yesterday morning. Authorities say the scene is contained and there is no threat to the public. Meanwhile, Rock County Sheriff's Office also reporting a woman is being charged for driving drunk with little kids in her car. Around 6:30 New Year's Eve it happened. An off-duty officer reported a car driving recklessly on North Harmony Town Hall Road and then entered a grass median. 2 children in the car are okay. The 25-year-old Janesville mother was charged with her 3rd OWI offense. Turning now to the White House, President Trump's health is making headlines after he gave an interview with the Wall Street Journal discussing his medical tests and routines. It comes as the new year has brought a sharp jump in health care premiums for tens of millions of Americans after Affordable Care Act subsidies expired. CBS News Desk editor Kamal Alfsani has more from London.
The stroke of midnight Thursday brought in a new year and wiped out federal subsidies for millions of Americans who buy health care coverage through the Affordable Care Act.
It's painful.
For retired Boeing engineer Brad Korb, that means a more than $600 jump in his monthly premiums.
We don't have it in our current income, so we're going to have to pull money from savings.
Healthcare research nonprofit KFF says On average, more than 20 million subsidized enrollees in the Affordable Care Act will likely see their premium costs rise by 114% this year. Last fall, congressional Democrats forced a 43-day federal government shutdown over the issue, but lawmakers failed to reach a compromise before the holiday break. The House is expected to vote again later this month.
It was never any good.
President Trump has long been critical of the landmark Obama-era law. He's advocated for healthcare funds to go directly to individuals, not insurance companies.
I want that money to go to the people directly and let the people buy their own healthcare.
President Trump's own health is also making headlines. In a Wall Street Journal interview, he clarified that he had a CT scan, not an MRI, back in October. An imaging test his doctor characterized as, quote, perfectly normal. The president has spent time on the golf course over the holidays. According to the Wall Street Journal, that's the only exercise he likes. Kamal Afzali, CBS News, London.
And new this morning, President Trump now warning Iran that the U.S. will be forced to intervene if protesters demonstrating against are shot and killed. Dozens took to the streets to protest the economic conditions in the country, with some turning deadly Wednesday. Iran's national security chief responded to Trump, saying U.S. interference would cause disruption across the entire region and the destruction of American interests. Meantime, plans for a new White House ballroom are moving forward. The Trump administration is moving to have final plans approved by March. Construction would begin as soon as April. The Trump administration is expected to hold a public meeting with federal construction officials next week. Plans are moving quickly. It took the Obama administration 3 years to complete a new perimeter fence. This morning, New York City is waking up with a new mayor. Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani sworn in as the city's first Muslim and South Asian mayor. The 34-year-old is also the youngest person to hold the office in more than a century. During his inauguration speech, Mamdani highlighted the city's housing and rent crisis and promised his administration will address it.
We will not compromise on housing quality. If your landlord does not responsibly steward your home, city government will step in. These are sweeping measures, but it is just the beginning of a comprehensive effort to champion the cause of tenants too long ignored and homes too expensive.
Mamdani also campaigned on providing free buses to New Yorkers and increasing corporate taxes, as well as those who are the city's most wealthy. Right now, Californians are continuing to clean up from the holiday rains and flooding. And San Diego rescue crews saved 2 people whose car was trapped on a flooded road. Across the city, dozens of other cars were submerged in floodwaters. This video here is showing massive mudslides in Los Angeles. Thankfully, nobody was hurt in the incident. The heavy rains didn't stop people, though, from attending the Rose Bowl parade in Pasadena.
Not expecting this much water, but it's a great day anyway. You can't miss the beautiful floats.
Well, we got front row dead centers because nobody's here.
The rain did subside briefly and then came down again at the end of the parade. The last time it rained on the parade was in 2006. Happening today, a sound healer from Chicago is bringing his unique experience to Madison. Davin Youngs uses crystal bowls, tuning forks, and electronic beats to create what he calls a sound bath. It's happening at the Overture this afternoon at 3 o'clock. You can experience deep relaxation through music and meditation. He's performed across the country. He encourages everyone to dress comfortably and arrive with an open mind. You'll leave feeling uplifted and restored, he says. Find more information at the Overture's website. Well, something you'll only see on News 3 Now this morning. The Mount Horeb High School Band resting in London this morning after performing in their New Year's Day parade. Take a listen. Thousands of people across the British capital took to the streets to watch a 2.2-mile parade. The group marched through Piccadilly and Trafalgar Squares, as well as Whitehall. The group has been across the pond since last Saturday and has plans to return to the U.S. tomorrow. What an experience. Badger men's basketball has a big game coming up with Purdue. They are ranked 5th in the country. Badgers hosting them at the Kohl Center tomorrow night. Tip-off is set for 7. Tickets are still available. Just log on to uwbadgers.com. You can watch the game live on Fox. Packers getting ready for the playoffs. They have one last regular season game left, though. You can watch Green Bay take on Minnesota right here on Channel 3 at noon on Sunday. 6:37 now. Let's check in with Savannah Brito and your first warn forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, Chris. We're starting out cold right now, but we'll have a lot of sunshine, and then temperatures rise for the weekend. 26 tomorrow. Winds are going to be out of the west. Light snow is possible. I think our better chance for mixed precipitation and just precipitation in general is going to come the second half of this upcoming weekend on Sunday, with a high that'll be slightly warmer, up to 28. I do think we could see some freezing rain and snow both on Sunday. We'll talk about which areas have the better chance of seeing freezing rain versus snow.
All right, thank you. Well, both of Madison's big lakes are now frozen over. Mendota froze over yesterday, later than the median freeze date of December 20th. Scientists say it continues a tradition of tough to predict freezing. Lake Monona froze over on December 12th. More than 19,000 people tried to guess the date this year for the Mendota Freeze Contest. 22 got it right. The Clean Lakes Alliance will now randomly pull 3 winners. And take a look at this. A lacrosse man having a busy winter shoveling snow for folks who need help. Chandler Brewer offers affordable snow removal for those who can't shovel themselves. He advertises on the Nextdoor app, focusing on seniors and disabled folks who need assistance.
I'm not looking out here to make a bunch of money and get rich. I'm out here just trying to help people out, and especially the people that can't do it. Or just simply don't want to do it, because I get it. It's cold out here talking to you right now, you know, so.
And tune in tomorrow for News 3 Now Weekend Mornings with Michelle Renee Quinn. She'll have the full story. And if you need shoveling help in Madison, Newbridge has a Snow Angels program. It's for folks 60 and older. They're always looking for volunteers.
6:39 right now. Coming up on News 3 Now this morning, we're working for the weekend in the 608. I'll have your 3 things to do.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
6:43 on your Friday. Checking back in on that crash on the interstate this morning along I-3990 near McFarland, where a semi has crashed into a power pole near County Highway N. Taking a closer look here, traffic down to 1 lane. The right 2 lanes are blocked, as well as the on-ramp from County N on to northbound I-3990. There have been officials on scene all morning since 2:45 when this crash happened. We did see someone get taken away in an ambulance, though no official word on any injuries. We'll keep checking in on this throughout News 3 Now this morning and CBS Mornings. Well, it is Friday and we are working for the weekend in the 608. Josh Sprider is here with your weekend planner for your family. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, Chris. Good morning to you. We're looking forward to the first weekend in the 608 of the new year. So let's get to my 3 things to do. If you are still in the holiday spirit, there is still time to check out the 29th Annual Holiday Light Show at the Rotary Botanical Gardens in Janesville. The last day is Saturday, January 3rd. You can expect more than 2 million twinkling lights across 20 acres of festive displays. There we go. The graphics up now. Organizers say it's a magical family-friendly tradition supporting the garden's mission. On Saturday, join your favorite farmers at the first Dane County Winter Market of the year. This is at Garver Feed Mill in Madison. Shoppers can support more than 50 local farmers, cheesemakers, and bakers while picking up those weekly groceries. You can enjoy the sights, smells, and flavors of fresh local foods, all while staying warm inside during the winter. The Winter Farmers Market runs every Saturday from January 3rd through April 4th. On Sunday, a family nature walk is happening at the UW-Madison Arboretum. This is a fun way for families to explore the natural world together. Adults must attend with their kids, so don't just drop them off. Organizers recommend sturdy closed-toe shoes and dressing for the weather. The walk is free with no registration required, and families should meet at the visitor center at 1:30 in the afternoon. For more happenings this weekend in the 608, just go to channel3000.com. You got any plans this weekend?
Yes. Let me consult my calendar real quick.
Yeah, right.
I got some stuff going on. It's kid stuff.
Yeah.
Our indoor soccer season starts.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow.
So that'll get busy right away then.
Yeah, I know. It's no go. We've had 2 weeks off. Now it's time to get back to work.
And then you go right back to it.
No. How about you?
Just the basketball game for Purdue tomorrow.
It's a big
night,
one.
So it's a big one. So
yeah, that'll be a
that's
huge
it.
win for the Badgers. If
Yeah, it
they
should be fun night at the Kohl Center. So.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
Happy weekend.
Josh is always looking for good stuff to do or inspiring stories. If you have an idea for him, reach out and let him know about it. 6:45, checking in on your morning temps with Savannah Brito. Hey there.
Hey guys, good morning. 14 right now in Janesville, 10 in Madison. We've got a lot of places that are dropping into the single digits, closer to 0 in Black River Falls. They're only at 3 degrees right now. Wisconsin Dells 7, Watoma 5, and Lone Rock is at 12. The wind chill, when you factor that in, negative, that is below 0 in Juneau and Watertown this morning. Waukesha is also at -2. Watoma at -8 though. Camp Douglas at -6. We're a little bit cooler than that. 2 in Madison, but not much of a wind chill in Monroe right now, and some places feel like they're in the teens. That's where all of us are going to be later in the day. Cloud cover will increase across far southwestern Wisconsin later this afternoon, but then this evening into tonight, that's when everyone's going to pick up a lot of cloud cover. No precipitation until tomorrow morning, and I think for the most part that's going to be northeast of Madison, but some light to moderate snowflakes that also reduce visibility can't be ruled out, especially up near Manitowoc and Sheboygan. Most of the rest of us, especially southwest of Madison, should stay dry. Sunday is going to be our better chance for mixed precipitation. Once we get into the evening, that's when some pink develops on future track, and eventually that is going to turn into snow. So west and northwest of Madison, freezing rain is possible. That could lead to some slick spots. Doesn't take a lot of freezing rain for slick spots to form out there on the roadways. And then once that reaches Madison and then eastward, that's going to transition over to some light snowflakes. I think we could see some moderate snow as well later into Sunday night. That's closer to about 10 or 10:30. After that, that's still at least Monday morning could lead to slick commutes because of that snow, but we're not going to have active snow falling Monday morning. Our pattern still is going to be above average. Next week, we get back to an even warmer pattern. You'll see that on the 10-day. We're going to be close to 40 degrees, but then into next weekend, I think that's when our temperatures kind of eventually start to bottom out. We'll be closer to where we should be heading into far next weekend, Sunday, the second half technically. But then after that, I think there'll be a little bit of a bigger cool down. Our above average pattern definitely looks to break down as we get later into January or further into the month of January. But yeah, for now, enjoy the mid to upper 20s this weekend because that's where we should be.
All right, will do. Thanks, Savannah. Well, January is the biggest month for returns as unwanted holiday gifts head back to retailers. Consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn sharing some deadlines and new fees that you should keep in mind. Good morning, Michelle Renee.
Chris, good morning. Tens of millions of dollars in holiday gifts will get sent back this month, but you should be prepared to pay up. More than 70% of retailers are charging for returns this year. The National Retail Federation says 17% of all holiday sales will be returned, and 82% of shoppers will return at least one unwanted gift within the month. The CEO of Happy Returns says these fees cover big costs like shipping and handling, or if the item is damaged, the fees help pay to refurbish them. He suggests to read the fine print and opt in for in-store returns if possible.
It's just much less friction than having to print a label, find a box, tape it up, and wait to get your money back. And they often are the cheapest form.
Be sure you know where your return windows are. The big retailers like Walmart, Amazon, and Kohl's have a cutoff date of January 31st. Now, for items bought from October through December, Best Buy has a return deadline of January 15th. Macy's is until January 31st. Target's extended holiday return policy applies to items purchased on November 1st through December 24th. You can return until January 24th. Now, that's the same deadline as Home Goods, but returns for Apple and Beats products at Target have a much shorter deadline of January 8th, which is next Thursday. And that next Thursday deadline applies to purchases made at Apple as well. Now, if you have gifts from TJ Maxx or Marshalls, you do have until February 4th to return items. And if you miss a deadline or you want to avoid those fees, you can always resell unwanted gifts or continue to spread the cheer with the age-old practice of regifting or swapping with a friend.
Oh, who would do that? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not swapping any of my gifts.
All right, Michelle Renee Quinn, good information this morning. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, this morning, the price of your next bowl of pasta may soon be going down. New tariffs on Italian pasta makers are being postponed. The proposed 92% tariff would have been added to the current 15% tariffs on most European Union imports. The Commerce Department says those tariffs came from an investigation into some Italian producers selling pasta at unfairly low prices. The postponement comes after the producers addressed concerns raised in their review. Well, here's something for you today. If you're going to Dunkin', you might get a free donut with your drink purchase. It's happening at participating stores. Customers can also receive a free reusable bag for their donut while supplies last. Still ahead, Unity Point Health Merida releasing its first birth of the year. We'll tell you who it is in the morning sprint. And if you've got a little kid turning 3 soon, send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. .654, time for the morning sprint. A quick travel update. We've got a partial closure on I-3990 northbound near McFarland, where a semi has crashed into a ditch near County Highway End. We were just told that one person was loaded onto an ambulance. We do not know their condition, though. The northbound on-ramp and 2 right lanes are closed here. They have been since 2:45. The closure should last for a bit longer until they get the semi out of there. We'll have updates throughout CBS Mornings. Rock County Sheriff's Office urgently investigating a shooting at a New Year's Eve party in the town of Fulton. At least one person hospitalized. Their condition remains undisclosed, though. It happened around 2 a.m. yesterday on East Samuelson Drive. Authorities confirm the scene is contained and there's no threat to the public. President Trump telling the Wall Street Journal that the bruising on his hand is caused by aspirin. The president takes a higher dose of aspirin than recommended. The White House has previously blamed the bruising on constant handshaking. Busiest birthing center in Wisconsin celebrating his first birth of the new year. Ezariah, born just 21 minutes after midnight at Unity Point Health Merida. Welcome to the world, Ezariah. Mount Horeb High School band treating London with a performance in their New Year's Day parade. Thousands gathering in the British capital to witness a 2.2-mile parade through Piccadilly, Trafalgar Square, and Whitehall. The band has been in London since last Saturday and is set to return to the U.S. tomorrow. Don't forget, you can watch the Packers right here on Channel 3 Sunday as they get set to take on the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Kickoff is at noon.
Well, we'll have a lot of sunshine, no snow today. We had that the last 3 days, but then we'll trade the sunshine in for cloud cover and maybe a few light snowflakes tomorrow. I think our better chance for mixed precipitation will be Sunday, and then we've got a lot of 30s next week, even maybe a couple of 40s. So
that'll feel nice after a chill.
Yeah, definitely will.
Thanks, Savannah. CBS Mornings is coming up next. Our next live newscast is at noon. We're always streaming on Channel 3000+.
Have a great weekend.